It is not easy to be able to say something like that while still retaining one's masculinity. I think it goes without saying that there is always a cause behind an effect. You are aware of the connection between causes and effects, and as a result, you are aware that the decisions you make have significance because they will affect not only your future in this world, but also in the afterlife. If you are of the belief that there is such a thing as an afterlife, do not get the wrong idea. This is not a religious sermon. The days when women in contemporary Western nations like the United States had fewer legal rights than men do not reflect the current social climate. This is especially true in countries like the United States. In this respect, the United Kingdom and Canada are not comparable to one another at all. The Anglo-Saxons did not create the only problem that the world is currently facing, and it is not the only problem that is currently being faced. Quite a few nations in Europe have recently enacted new laws as part of their ongoing efforts to create a more favorable legal environment for women. Where is the evidence that each of us is given the same consideration? You are aware that modern women hold themselves to a variety of expectations that are in direct opposition to one another. They demand preferential treatment in addition to equal opportunity, but at the same time, they want special privileges. In addition to this, they have goals of rising to prominent positions in society at some point in the future. To put it another way, the chief executive officer, the president, etc., without having had sufficient experience in a prior role. Because the list is so long, it would be necessary to produce a second video. Therefore, let's keep everything as simple as it is humanly possible to do so. First things first, let's get the question of equality out of the way so that we can talk about the next topic, which is going to be about how promiscuous people are. In today's society, there is nothing wrong with women advocating for equal pay, for equal work. In fact, it is perfectly acceptable. Take any job where the pay is determined based on a commission structure to demonstrate this point. Yes, if you work in sales, your pay is determined by how well you perform, and there are some women who are quite good at it. However, the majority of salespeople are men. On the other hand, the vast majority of people who are employed in sales are men. If I had worked in a similar job and there was a woman who made a lot of money by selling, that's great for her. And you shouldn't let her go if she maintained her femininity and didn't turn into a combative woman because of the corporate world. I would say that. On the other hand, the equality that these women preach has a lot to do with lust and debauchery because they remember what happened and why it happened. This is why the equality that these women preach is so important. This is due to the fact that they recall what took place. When men are unable to have children of their own, they feel a sense of loss and grief because they were designed to procreate and pass on their genes to subsequent generations. It's possible that you are already aware of this fact. On the other hand, society generally expects women to be the ones to bear children and start families. Because of this, on a biological level, they experience feelings of embarrassment if they have sexual relations with someone who is not their biological partner. However, women are socialized to believe that even these facts constitute oppression. Consequently, holding such a viewpoint is essentially considered a criminal offense in the society of today. Why is it that I am unable to attract a large number of men, but he is able to do so successfully? In the event that he is successful in attracting a large number of women, if he can lie, then there is no reason for me not to tell fibs as well. The issue is that these women are unaware of the fact that the vast majority of men are mature enough and knowledgeable enough about contraception to prevent themselves from becoming pregnant by any woman they come in contact with. The problem is that these women are the cause of the problem. Some guys, particularly the Chads and Tyrones of the world, but also the weaker ones, have the desire to bang as many girls as they possibly can. A few of these men have a perspective on women that reflects the fact that they view women more as prizes than as human beings because of the way they view women. It is patently obvious that there are still some men who adhere to the belief that women should be honored and respected as though they were divine beings. These men are referred to as traditionalists, etc. However, after a predetermined amount of time has passed, these young women eventually come to their senses and acknowledge the fact that they desire to have children. As a consequence of this, they begin searching for a good man who will love her for who she is as a person and not just for what she is capable of doing in bed. You are aware that the law of cause and effect always operates, and because of this, you need to sound the alarm. She is not the type of person who would make a good spouse. However, you are aware that the law of cause and effect is something that always operates, despite the fact that she will believe that her past does not have any bearing on the present. Despite the fact that she will believe that her past does not have any bearing on the present. Some women, after hooking up with Chad, wake up the next day to find themselves in the position of having no idea why he ghosted them. In other words, they are in the position of being ghosted. Please don't be so hard on me. I really need this. He was well aware, on a fundamental level, that he did not belong to the category of men who would make a long-term commitment to a single woman. He had never been in a relationship with a woman who was not his wife. On the other hand, he took a great deal of pride in his ability to pick up women and give his number to the guys in his circle of friends. What kind of repercussions does it have on a relationship when one person persistently brings up old emotional wounds? If she has ever been ghosted or been through trauma and has not yet healed from it, then the relationship is doomed to fail because she will invariably try to destroy it. If she has never been ghosted or been through trauma, then the relationship has a chance of succeeding. Even if you treat her with all the consideration and kindness in the world, she won't be able to connect with you, even if that's how you treat her. It is possible that she still has the contact information for other men, and if she does, she will be able to get in touch with them as soon as possible. Despite the fact that you are a devoted partner who places a high priority on family, it is possible that she still has this information, and if she does, she will. She is maintaining the most laid-back attitude possible in response to the information that a guy from her past has gotten in touch with her. She suddenly has a flashback to the surge of adrenaline and excitement that she was feeling at the time, and as a result, she cheats on the test. Even though it may be upsetting to acknowledge this, it is in your best interest to do so in order to pursue more desirable options, such as more demure women who are free of emotional baggage and, ideally, body counts that are low or non-existent. Guys, I want you to keep your strength up, and I wish you the best of luck in the world at all times, no matter what you are going through right now. Now, it is your turn to weigh in on the discussion. According to your point of view, why do you think some women would rather sleep around rather than date one good man? If any of you have ever come across a girl like that, I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know about it in the comments section down below. Thanks. I would really appreciate it if you could share this with your friends and leave a comment down below. In the video that will immediately follow this one, we will bring ourselves up to speed with you.